Alright, hello everyone. This will probably be one of your last assignments, and it is on Google Maps. And let's start our tutorial. So your task is, after watching the video, to share a Google Map with directions of either A, some places you toured on your vacation, or a map of one of your favorite places from the nearest subway station. So please don't do a map of your apartment. Keep that personal, and when you're finished, share your maps to the Google Maps section of our community. This Google Doc with instructions is inside our Google community. So let's have a go. So how do we start it up? You can load it from your app launcher here, Google Maps. You can type it in here, or you can just add a new, just in the Omnibox, type in Google Maps, and I'm sure that search will link you to it. So when you load Google Maps here, it'll bring you to Google Maps. It might not be your location, that's okay. So let it load, just give it a second here, and what you want in the bottom right hand corner is this little cogwheel. So if you press it, you will click on My Places. So once you click to My Places and you click over here, it brings you to a program that's actually called the Google Maps engine. So you want, remember, red is your friend, create a map. You can see that Mr. O's already created a whole bunch of maps here, and in fact I created a map for my future travels of mapping out some places that I want to go on my vacation starting in March. And here's a good example of a map that I've created that I can share with anyone I want. And you notice my map, and it's a very big route across Canada and USA in the West Coast, and I've called it the West Coast Circuit. And in fact, I've maximized the amount of layers that I can use, and yeah, so very helpful tool. I've shared this with my relatives, I've shared this with my wife, and I've shared it with other people who need to see where I'm going and when. So that's just a fine example of a useful or a useful application of this feature. So let's make a new one, and remember, this red is your friend, so let's create a map. And here it loads you to this maps engine. Okay, and you want to create a new map or open in a map you've already created perhaps. So once we allow it to load, it's just like a Google Doc. It creates a new file for you, and you'll just have to title it. So this one I'm going to call map, or I'll just call it Dream Forest. Why? Because I like going to Dream Forest with Logan sometimes. So you can put in a little bit of information if you wanted here, and we'll click Save. Okay, so now we got a map of the United States. That's not where we want to be. So you'll have to play around with a few locations, and if you type it in Korean, chances are it'll be exactly in Korean where it comes up. Why? Because you're in Korea. But I'm going to try Miyasamguri Station in English and see what comes up. And let's see. Oh, we have some luck. Excellent. So I typed that in English, and all of a sudden I got it. Now you can zoom in by zooming in with that middle roller wheel on your mouse in between the left and right click buttons, or you can zoom in by the plus and minus here. I'm sure there might even be another way, but that's what we'll do for now. Now you'll have to play around and look where you want to be. Okay, so I'll probably say somewhere. I know that my entrance to Dream Forest is right about here, per se. Okay, so that'll be my final destination, and I know the nearest subway station is Miyasamguri. So by walking or taking a bus, I would have a map going from here to here to here. Now, you can have driving directions, and driving directions are here, but you can also draw a line. And for the sake of this assignment, you can draw a line, and you can add little markers too. So I know I already got a little green marker here from my station. I'm going to add a marker, and let's just say this is the final place where I want to be. And you notice it puts a little red dot, and here we'll just call this Dream Forest entrance. And you can say a little bit other things here. You can add a hyperlink, you can even add photos and some other cool stuff here, but that's all we need for now. If you want to delete it, you just click on it and you click trash can. You can re-edit, you can add some directions to here. Okay, so you can try from the station typing it in, and directions might be easier for you. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, now that we got that marker, we know where we need to get to, we're just going to add in some lines. So if you want to draw a line, now again I'm going to zoom in. Looks like exit 1 is the best place to be, so I'll go exit 1, I'll click on it, and then I'll click again to add in a point. Okay, and then I'll click in here, and then you notice my map is kind of, so I can click over here, and then you say, well, how do you get over more? Okay, so that I found to be a problem. You can click and kind of hold, and then it kind of zooms for you. So try that, or you can just try ending the line you've created. And how do you end the line you've created? Just click enter. Okay, and then you notice it becomes a solid line, and you don't have to draw any more new lines. Okay, so then, sorry, don't want to do that. Let me delete this line. This is line 2. I'm going to just click enter, or line 3. You see I've done that here. So I'm going to go to line 3 and I'm going to delete that. I don't like you line. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my hand moving or selecting tool. Okay, so now you notice I've got a nice line to share. Okay, now you could put information here. I'm going to actually drop another red marker, and I'm going to put exit 1. Okay, so, and then I'll put Mia Samgori Station, and we'll even put exit 1 here. Or you could say in the note, just say take exit 1. Okay, now if your directions were very complex, you could put a marker here and do a right, but I think people will understand if you share this map with them, that they will take Mia Samguri Station, they will exit out, and they will follow the line, and then they can zoom it, and you can view this on your smartphone or any other place, Google+, etc. So now we're ready to share the map. We got a title, so how did we make the title? We clicked on it. We can add more layers, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff you can do, but we're just getting started with Google Maps, so let's just stay with something easy. So now we're ready to share it, and just like everything else in Google, the share is in the top right hand corner, share. And you'll notice it's exactly like a Google Doc or any other Google app. It comes up here. Okay, it's initially private. We want to change it to anyone with the link. Don't have it public, please. Click save. Let it save, and then you can go to G+ here, and then it's just like everything else that you do, and that's the beauty of Google. It's all the same. So here we go. We got Dreamforest, we got a link, and view my directions to Dreamforest Park from Mia Samgori Station. Okay, so now everybody knows how to get to Dreamforest from Mia Samguri Station. We're going to share it to our community, which is our Younghoon 3-4 community. Just let me find it here, and I've created a section called Google Maps. And click share, and click done. And if you notice, over at our community, it should load up one new. And there I go, and I click on it, and I should be able to view it. And ta-da! And if it's me who logged in, I can choose to re-edit it. So let's just say you wanted to re-edit that map. How do you get to it again? Again, just load Google Maps, go to My Places, and you can go to Maps and just load it up, and simple as that. Okay, so that's it for today. Happy Googling, and hopefully I've taught you something new.